Here I am in the beautiful city of Bologna, where a certain RIPTIDE player took top 9 at calling Bologna, losing out somewhere between Swiss and the quarterfinals under mysterious circumstances. I present to you the pilot of said deck, Gustavo. Now, every good deck tech starts with the equipment, and this is no exception. Gustavo, I hear you're known for some interesting equipment choices.
Yes, I hope so. So here we have the equipment that we played at the calling Bologna. This row is what we consider the main deck, and then we have the sideboard choices for each slot. So let's start with the slots that have no sideboard choices, which is the HUD, New Horizons. New Horizons, just the best Ranger card, maybe, with the exception of Boss Dealer, but very good, very fun, gives you the second arsenal, it's very nice all around. And then snappies, we don't need any other boots. We play the AB on other parts of the equipment, and this gives go again to our, like, arrows, which are almost all less than 1 cost. So, chess piece. We are playing Tunic on the main, and we have Trench for the Wizard matchups, basically only for the Wizard matchups. Everything else, the Rune Blades, we use the Bracers for the AB. Mostly we use the long draw into most matchups, especially things where you have to block and you are playing more mid-range, so Assassin, Warrior, Ninja. You play Bullseye Bracers into things that you need the AB2, like let's just say the Wizards, are into things where you are planning on having big Rain Razor Storm. So this is like sort of my win condition is to have a huge Rain Razor Storm. So for example it's Gravy or Florian, right? Bows. The main bow is Death Dealer. You play Death Dealer into everything, into every single hero, except if on the bottom of the hero text it says Earth. If you see Earth there, you play Dreadbore. I think that rule covers everything. We play Dreadbore into Verdance, Florian, and we should play it into Jarl. The matchup into the Earth heroes, Dreadbore actually makes it quite reasonable because we have the big Rain Razors and like very aggressive main deck. So the Dreadbore actually does a lot of work and makes those matchups slightly favored-ish. At least if they are not super unfavored.
Florian for sure.
Yeah.
We didn't lose a single game into Florian all weekend on our testing once this bad boy came in.
Yeah. Yeah, actually it was good. We only played, well, I only played one Florian on the calling, but the side events, which obviously is not the same, but it was also very effective. Yeah. And I think the most spicy choice, we have 3 quivers, 3 whole quivers. So, the main one, the secret card that everybody reads, like top tables, everybody just grabbing that quiver, reading it, it's signed, so you cannot read it. Anyway, it says, put a card from your arsenal on the bottom of your deck, -1 card, so it's basically you lose a card, so it's more or less Trench power level. It's very good for when if you arsenal something that then your hand doesn't play around. So if you arsenal a trap and they don't attack you, if you arsenal an arrow and you need to use the dealer or you draw all arrows, if you arsenal line it up and your hand is all reds. So this is an aggro deck, games are quick, you just need it like one arsenal recovery. Yeah.
Also the only way to get rid of a card you heat seeker that you can use.
Yeah.
Trench can't do it, this is the only thing that can.
Yeah.
Or so, long draw as well.
That's not very, it's getting windy. That's not very, very important, but it's fine. Quiver of Abyssal Depths has 2 uses. Assassin for the bonds. So they send bonds, you say no blocks, they commit, you play your traps, whatever, and then you pitch the rest of your hand to the quiver. You have a nice pitch stack, and you haven't lost any cards from deck. Well, no, I guess we don't have a nice pitch stack because they shuffle the deck with bonds. But anyway, you keep the threat density in the deck.
And sometimes you get an arrow.
Sometimes you get an arrow for free, yeah, which can get you tempo. And it's good into Azalea too, because sometimes into Azalea, if they catch you with a red in the ledger, and you don't have an arsenal, then this is at least one chance, like you at least hope that you can pitch your hand and the card on top in an arrow and you can send something with this.
It's also a way to enter your hand if you're under red in the ledger and you don't like your hand and you want to dig for Buzzsaw Trap, or if you're under like a Seek and Destroy, then you just get away your hand, you draw up a new one, you're going through the deck faster, increase the chance of Buzzsaw. Yeah.
So basically those 2 matchups, and then Enchanted Quiver is for Wizards, basically, yeah. The Wizards, it gives you 1 or 2 life against Wizards. Not against the Rune Blade, I don't think. Maybe Vincent, but No, actually, because with Vincent we ended up Vincent is very bad anyway, but like we were playing Tunic, Bullseye, and then we played this Quiver to have some clear, because Vincent sometimes doesn't attack. But yeah, basically this is it. This is our equipment suite. It's very flexible, 3 quivers, very nice, and yeah, it's very powerful.
We're now going to take this down before the wind does.
Gas, ma il tuo mazzo di Riptide? Stavo chiedendo, ma le frecce? Che frecce giochi?
Don't worry, I'll tell you all about the arrows we play. So, we're playing an aggro deck, right? Aggro in Ranger is basically rain razors. So we need some go again arrows, right? So we have Falcon Wing, which is like just Falcon Wing. Grid 0 for 3, it's probably one of the best arsenal targets. It's very good with buffs and with rain razors, basically. Then we're playing the new Go Again Arrow that we just got on the new set. This is the only new card we played from High Seas, which is Swift Shot. So this gets Go Again when you put it in Arsenal face up. That means it only gets the Go Again when you load it with Death Dealer. But I mean, usually you are playing around that, planning your turns around that. Then the best Go Again Ranger card by a mile, Bolt and Shot. It's 6 Bolt and Shots. So those are the red ones and the yellow ones. The Bolt and Shot is great because with Rain Razors it gets +2 and Go Again. And then on hit it reloads. So that's all the Go Again arrows we have. So that was the Falcon Wings, the Swift Shots, and the Bolt and Shots. So now we're going for the 0 for 4s. This deck doesn't want to pitch, because we're on Tunic Death Dealer, but the Tunic only pays for the Death Dealer, so the off turns, we don't want to pitch, right? With few exceptions. So what are the pitchless arrows? The most important pitchless arrow, okay, no, the second most important pitchless arrow is Drill Shot, because people play armor and we don't like that. Then Searing Shot, because people have lives and we don't like that. And then Stone Rain, because it's raining right now and we don't like that, so we play 2, but yeah, it's good with line it up, I guess. Then we're playing the actual most important card in the deck. The whole deck is built around this. Endless Arrow. So the basic play pattern is, when you don't have Tunic up, you arsenal an Endless Arrow, you look at your hand, you separate buffs and 3 blocks, you block with the 3 blocks, you play the buffs, send the Endless Arrow. It hits, goes back to hand, you arsenal it. This is how you beat mid-range and aggro, just by out-value with Endless Arrow in arsenal. When Tunic is up, when you see that the Tunic goes from 2, next turn, you don't forget, goes up to 3, then you keep the Endless Arrow in hand, so that you can like play it with the Tunic, draw an extra card, Death Dealer Magic, it's a buff, 1 card 7, with 2 on hits. That's how you outvalue mid-range decks. So most important arrow, Endless Arrow. Then there's a bit of pitch in the deck, so Intoxicating Shot, 2 of them. It's great, it's a 0 for 4 in Rain Razors, so it's a great Rain Razors card, and also pitches for the 1 costs. 1 cost arrows. The second best arrow in the game. Hit Seeker, Endless Arrow is the best one, just for reference. Hit Seeker, it just draws you a card. Infecting Shot, it's a one-off, it's a codex target for slower matchups, 1 for 7. Remorseless, it's good for aggro, Battering Bolt, it's a one-off popper, and it's also good into Assassin, and it's a good codex target because you do play like 5 blues into Assassin, which doesn't sound like much, but it is, so it's very good.
Works for the elves as well.
Gusta, molto belle quelle frecce, molto belle quelle frecce, ma c'hai anche altri attacchi per caso?
Yes, of course, because we are in the gravy meta. Even though I lost a lot to gravy, I took out one of the buffs and I put Ravenous Rabble because you need to go again to kill the gravy element, right? So it's 0 for 3 go again on average. And then, last but not least, E-Strike. People say if you're playing E-Strike, your deck is bad. Well, they are wrong, because this deck is good. And E-Strike is very good because you draw extra cards with Death Dealer, and E-Strike gives you a way to utilize the extra resources you have, extending the turns. And it's also very good when you're playing outvalue ninjas and assassins. You play 5, draw a card, and that's like a 2-card 8. That is very good. And if the card you at your arsenal is even better, then it's more than a 2-card 8. So yeah. Finito.
Yo, bro, what about the boss?
Don't worry, I got you. First and foremost, Premeditate. The best ranger buff. It gives you a ponder. That's all you need to have a 5-card hand. Then we are an aggro deck, so we need damage. 0 for 5. Pursue on the arrow, positive upload. Decks that play defense reactions hate this card. Seek and destroy. So it's actually quite good that I have a one-off Lace of Inertia. It's a bit weird to have the one-off Lace of Inertia, but I only put it into like defensive decks, so it's only to push the extra damage. Usually I only play the Seek and Destroy. Obviously, Rain Razors means aggro ranger, Rain Razors. And then finally, maybe a bit spicy for some people. Line it up. It works a bit with Stormrain, but it's mostly for consistency. It's a yellow, block 3, plus turn an arrow. It's not a very good arsenal target, that's its worst part, but with the tunic you can get it up quite nicely. And it's quite nice overall. It's just blue card. Those are the buffs.
Yes. Tell me about all these traps.
Hell yeah, I can do that, Finley. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
So, as we always do in the RIPTIDE decks, the first trap we play Singular, now the London one, which is a strict upgrade, right? So it's just very good, it blocks Leave No Witnesses, and it's just above rate, it blocks the ninja attacks that come in for 4, very good overall.
That seems pretty relevant.
Yeah? And then we get the yellow traps, the ones we love, like Boulder Trap, Boulder Trap for the Guardians, for the Warriors, what else? For
There's real meta all-stars.
yeah. Well, it's
Anyone
honestly,
with
not
armor.
good, but yeah, people with armor, yeah. And then now they all suck.
I know that one.
You know that one.
I always hate it.
So it's like for Prism, Assassin, and ninjas, and yeah, things like that. Dash.io is good too. And then finally we have the 3 legends. We are playing the 3 legends, and the one spicy trap, the one secret trap, the actual trap.
One trap to find them all.
Bloodroot Trap, actual one of Bloodroot Trap.
But why would you play that?
So we were quite afraid of the assassins because it's an aggro deck that has moving pieces, so it's actually a bit fragile, and the games were very close. So
I think they're very strong in the meta right now. Like
Yeah.
to win a college.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. So basically, we decided that this gave us the edge that we needed for assassin, and yeah, it performed really well for me on the calling. It triggered against and it gave me advantage into the Nus and Marios, which I really needed. So yeah, those are the traps, man.
I love those traps. Big fan.
Tournament report. Round 1. Oops. Sorry. Round 1. I play as Sleepy. Very nice guy. I had played his friend on the side events. It was Sleepy is a good matchup, so I get the W there. Round 2, Levy. I think Levy is very tough. I think it presents very big numbers, and team disagrees with me. But for me, Levy is very tough. I was suffering that game. I was losing. I sort of chose to keep an infecting shot in Arsenal, just praying for a Rain Razors off the top. I got 2 Rain Razors off the top. So I had infecting Remorseless in Arsenal, a yellow 2 Rain Razors, and I broke with the rest. So I'm able to present infecting shot in snappies into Remorseless, which basically gets rid of all his hand. He goes below 13, he has 15 blood depth, he plays one of the cards that you have to draw this card to banish a card. He misses the discard, so that's the blood depth. I think if he had hit, different game, but whatever, get the W. Round 3, I play Tom Harlow on Gravy. I have a very strong double Rain Razor's turn at the start. There's no champs, he doesn't find the champs, so I get the W in the end. Round 4, Azalea, that's the stream game. I ponder the Bootsra trap. Overall, I think I just play quite clean, and I have like the hands I need at each moment, so no complaints. Round 5, I play a Mario. I was very afraid of playing Mario because they have a lot of tricks. I did do a small sideboard mistake because I had 1 Rain Razors in my deck, and I was praying that I didn't draw that Rain Razors every turn. Please no, please no. I got a good advantage. I get my life buffer, and then I kept pressuring the end game. Eventually get there, very tough game. Round 6, Akano. I just sit down and go well, I'm 5-0. I guess this is where I get the 5-1. It is what it is. You have bad matchups. It's a card game. The guy just break. I have a very bad starting hand. Send our emotions for 11, no pitch.
I think he just hot heads a combo, Briggs, sees a Kindle on top. I am at 27, he has no equipment, and then I just win from there by just sending being aggro. Round 7, it's on stream, it's me losing against a Gravy. Should I have hit the Sovereigns with the Hit Seeker? Probably. I got Omega punished because he had the 60 react by Underground of Providence. Probably should have kept hit the Sovereigns with the Hit Seeker there. But it felt really bad to throw the Ponder Value. Anyway, round 8, Gravy. Again, wins the die roll, plays 2 allies. I try to clear send, not enough, I lose. I'm a bit tilted that game. Round 9, Nu. So we coming into this weekend, me and Tim were on the plan of playing Dreadbore and Fat Deck into Nu. But we were struggling in the side events. I lost 1-1. I don't know if Tim had lost round 2 into Pablo Pintor with that strategy. I mean, of course it's Pablo, so it's not any noob. So we were talking and we were thinking like, okay, this is not working. Let's just try 63, 64 cards with Rain Razors on the Thriller. Just try to aggro them down and maybe set up a pitch stack or something. So I do that. The game starts a bit roughy, but eventually I get a very good hand. Like I protect a good hand with a collapsing from Arsenal. My hand is very good. It's like Tunic the Thriller, draw, load that Will Shot, draw a Seek and Destroy, play it, the Seek and Destroy, double Rain Razors, Codex for a Bolt and Shot for 11, Dual Shot into 8. So that gets me like the life buffer. And then I pitch stack back-to-back turns for the rest of the game and finish the game with like Infecting for 11 into a Rain Razor's turn with like 2 or 3 arrows white that like get me there. So pretty happy with that game. It was very tense. Round 10, I get a Florian, first Earth hero in the run. Okay, let's see if like our sideboard tech works. I flip up the Dreadbore. I just flip up the Dreadbore with all the Rain Razors. My deck is full aggressive. I just play like the 3 boulders on the Bootsaw. And the guy is actually playing only 2D reacts, right? So he was ready for the Dreadbore tech. Still, we play the game, life totals go down, very, very close end game, but I grab tempo in the end game, and I have back-to-back really good turns with Rain Razors. The first one, he blocks it out with the armor and the little things that non-attacks block more. And the second one, I finally get through. He had a react on that hand, so he did get a bit unlucky on that. Round 11, Prism, very nice guy. I'm able to aggro the Prism down. I think it's not a super good matchup, not also super bad, 50-50-ish. I get round 11 win. Round 12, I lose to the Prism. Just don't get there. I get swamped with auras. My hands don't deal with them, and I take a couple risky lines, which like get Omega punished by like 2 really timely soul shields. I think I didn't play that game too well. My opponent played better, so they deserve the top 8. Yeah, lose the win and in 9th. It's still a good run. I think overall I played very well. Very difficult matchups, very tense games. I'm happy with the run. So yeah, that was my calling Bologna.
Okay, guys, that concludes the deck tech and the tournament report. Before we leave you, we're just going to give a few shout-outs and some closing thoughts on our beloved Riptide deck. So, Gus, would you like to give some shout-outs?
Yeah, I would love to do a lot of shout-outs. First of all, for Dan Winning, which he helps us test a lot, and like is a lot like basically our friend. It's very nice. Also, Finley, Finn, and Marco that came here with us to the trip. It was a very nice trip to Bologna.
Finley made day 2, he wants you to know.
On Vincent.
Third highest placing Vincent.
Ever. Like, he has a battle hardened top 4 on Vincent too, so not joke. Anyway, obviously everybody in Scotland, the LGS, Mox in the Hole. I would like to thank some people that have played into me and that have given me games, because it's usually when you're playing Riptide, it's very an asymmetrical exchange of information where you're gaining a lot of information about the matchup, and they're like, why am I doing grabs into Riptide? Like, what the fuck? It's literally only you that plays the deck.
They won't be saying that anymore.
Yeah, well.
Oh, they still will.
They will still, yeah. But, so I had some very good Syndra games from Dan Winning, from Ash, and from Scary Super Cringe.
I want to thank Garner because we've been talking on Discord about this deck before your snats too, and that was very nice. Also, Towley deserves a shout out for just, I guess, being there. That he deserves a shout out anyway. Shout out for Kashi because he dismantled me on Marionette a couple of games in a row, and that I think that helped me a lot to beat the Mario in the calling because it meant I knew like the different ways I could lose that matchup. So yeah, I'm sure I'm missing something, but Tim will get the ones I'm missing.
Will I?
Yeah.
I think you've shouted out everyone. Shout out to the Mosquitoes. They're really cool. They do a good job. And shout out to Gustavo, because we played the same deck, but we did not get the same result. So, yes, that's what I would like to say.
No worries.
Shout out to Gus. He's the one that put the most testing into this version.
I'm here to save your YouTube channel, bro. I got it. And also, I'm very sad that the filler is going. So, the filler, New Horizon, the filler, Tunic, Riptide. Whether you like Tunic, you don't, I think it's a cute deck, and we're never gonna get to play it again in CC. That's a bit soul crushing.
Yeah, so if you're thinking of playing this deck for your Nat season, this might be your last chance.
Yeah.
So do it. It's very good.
It's good.
Okay. I think that's everything we have to say. There's probably more we should have said, but we didn't. But, you know, we only get one chance at life.
Yeah.
Gus, aren't you forgetting something?
No, man, I got my passport with me.
Okay, we can go.